Ahead with the former Pac-12 rival. Be part of the live atmosphere, cheer on your team, and experience college football like never before. Tickets and premium suites are on sale now. Don't miss out on the action. Visit LABowlGame.com and secure your seats today. That's LABowlGame.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is Lakers Talk on 710 ESPN.
Last night at Crypto.com Arena, the Lake Show took down the Clippers for their 5th straight win.
And that's the final. Lakers 135, Clippers 118. And Michael, the Lakers just continue to roll.
Luka put on another show and seems to have fun versus the Clippers.
No, I think we just met a lot of times in the playoffs. They beat me the first 2 times, so I don't know what it is, but I guess I like it.
Luka dribbling left. One-on-one against Ivica Zubac. Three-pointer by Luka. Good again.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
And all new Lakers Talk is on right now.
Here's Andy Kamenetsky.
What is up, Lakers fans? This is Lakers Talk. Andy Kamenetsky, ESPN LA 710. Starting a little bit late. Our apologies. Dummies before us couldn't even hit a hard out with a pre-taped show. What the hell is going on here? Who is running this operation, damn it? Like this seems like just a little bit of simple math. Get the one live show today out on time, but we are here. Very excited to be here. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in advance. The Lakers are giving fans a lot to be thankful for. They are 13-4, coming off a big win last night against the Clippers. There is a lot to break down. Friday, Lakers hosting the Dallas Mavericks. Thank you, Nico. Always talking about Thanksgiving, things to be thankful for. Thank you, Nico. That we will never, ever stop thanking that man.
Been a mural for him outside in the city somewhere.
There should be.
Right next to Ohtani.
Oh, somebody really does need to do a Nico mural. That is a great idea. Like, I'll tell you this, nobody will ever deface it. That thing is safe.
No.
That thing is safe forever. There's got to be a Lakers muralist listening to this right now. Somebody needs to do a Nico mural. But obviously we're going to see Cooper Flagg on Friday, who's actually been picking up some steam now that he's no longer being asked to play completely out of position as a point guard. Maybe get a look at Anthony Davis. He might be making his return after missing 14 games with a calf strain. Two-time old friend D'Angelo Russell will be in the house as well. So that game is coming up.
Max Christie.
Max Christie.
But Love's son.
Would love to find a way to get Max Christie back.
Of course,
it's not going to happen, but I would love. We talk about like the missing pieces for this team and like the missing prototype. The missing prototype player is actually Max Christie. Like, I don't want to exaggerate this into the Lakers are one Max Christie away from a championship, but Max Christie would be a huge help on this team. Obviously, if Max is the price for getting Luka Doncic, you don't say no over Max Christie. I'm just saying it would be great to still have Max Christie. So those different old friends and new friend or new sensation, Cooper Flagg, they're going to be in the building on Friday. They are not very good, the Dallas Mavericks, so it could be an opportunity for the Lakers to keep stacking wins. We're going to get in some statistical trends and observations about a season that is now nearly 1/4 of the way in the books. It's kind of crazy, but time actually flies when this stuff is enjoyable. And that's what's happening right now. We got a great guest tonight, 6:30, Harrison Fagan, managing editor for SB Nation, also been a part of Silver Screen and Rolls coverage for years, Lakers coverage online. You can follow him on Twitter at HM Fagan. Laker fans very much know and love Harrison's coverage. So, again, that's coming up at 6:30. Plus, your calls, 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-ESPN. But we begin, and we will talk more about it carrying over after the break, but we begin with last night's absolute demolition of the Clippers. It was a tight first half where the Clippers actually won the first quarter. The Lakers were only up 3 at the half, despite an unbelievable opening 24 minutes from Luka Doncic, which we're going to get into. There were some defensive lapses that kept the Clippers in this game, which we'll get into as well, plus James Harden playing very well. But the second half, Lakers absolutely controlled that game, began steadily pulling away, controlling the action. It was the most balanced night we've seen from the Lakers' big three of Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves. The balance that was on display between those three, they all did a lot of damage. I think it may speak to a strategy and a trend that J.J. Redick is trying to create. So we'll talk about that. Talk about the dust-up between Luka and Jackson Hayes versus Chris Dunn, which led to Chris Dunn getting tossed, and the embodiment of the Clippers in-game and season-long frustration. Those dudes look miserable, man.
See what Kawhi said after the game?
What?
He said they need better players, basically.
Well, maybe Steve Ballmer will find somebody different to pay under the table.
I couldn't believe he said that.
I mean, show me the lie. I mean, they need better players, but specifically they need better younger players.
Yeah. That's why they were playing like two guys named Kobe last night.
By the way, the two young players named Kobe, speaks to the influence of Kobe Bryant.
Yes,
because we're now starting to see a wave of players named Kobe or like Jacoby Walter, USC, like that, similar to the effect, by the way, Keyshawn had.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Keyshawn, that became a name, I think, after Keyshawn Johnson. Jalen Rose certainly was the...
I've also seen a Raekwon the chef from Wu-Tang Clan.
Really?
Yeah, he used to play football.
Really?
Yeah, Raekwon, like he was like a linebacker or something.
I would love to have that type of influential name because for all those guys, because Jalen Rose, I mean, there's been like articles written about this and stuff. Like he was not aware of any Jalen's before himself. Like family wasn't. I don't know how the name exactly was created, but for somebody like Kobe or Jalen Rose, or I'm sure Keyshawn, when you're pretty much the only one with an unusual name, there can be some awkwardness to it when you're like a kid, a teenager. But now you become the foundation of a naming trend. That's pretty awesome.
The new generation.
But Luka Doncic, his night against the Clippers, destroyed those dudes. New Lakers records. His milestones as a Laker, he is already piling them up in short time. So we're going to talk about that next. Get into LeBron and Luka's nights as well. Everything going on with the Lakers. Plus, again, Harrison Fagan from Silver Screen Roll, SB Nation, joining at 6:30. This is Lakers Talk. Andy Kamenetsky, 710 ESPN.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Friday night, the Lakers homestand continues as the Lakers welcome Luka's former squad, the Dallas Mavericks, to downtown L.A.
To Luka for 3. Good. With two guys in his face.
It's Lakers versus Mavs. Coverage begins Friday night at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey,
does anyone call him the chef?
Around a lot that I almost died, which I almost did. I had severe heart failure. That's when I went to a Providence hospital in the emergency room. And here's the thing about heart care. It begins with trust. That's why Providence takes the time to listen, understand, and earn yours before making any decision about your care. For me, if it wasn't for Dr. Cobb and Katie Cornella at St. Joe's in Orange, they made me trust them.
Like after big plays, they should play Bring the Ruckus. Like a clean part of it.
Caring with compassion in Southern California.
History lives in the Lakers. Kobe, Magic, Kareem, all the greats. And with LeBron James and Luka Doncic, we are witnessing history being made right now. The excitement never ends, and every bounce, every bucket, every moment seems to only get more exciting. You can catch every Lakers moment from way back then till now at the official Lakers YouTube channel. Get the sickest, latest highlights, in-depth behind-scenes access, historical moments cemented in time, and more at Lakers YouTube. And subscribe now.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Looking to score big on flooring? Kick off your project with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Every day's a win, no gimmicks, no markups, just the wholesale deals on every surface. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them on the web, hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Black Friday starts now during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where we'll donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Right now, you can drive home one of our most popular new vehicles with low financing rates. Plus, you'll get a complimentary gift when you purchase a new or used vehicle. Hurry in today because the Black Friday weekend is here at Ocean Subaru.
Not all buyers of vehicles will qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and additional $75 from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Type of gift that discretionary dealer must not exceed $500. Offers not combined and are not valid on previous purchases. See dealer for complete details. Expires 11/30/2025.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
710 ESPN.
The radio home of the purple and gold and the home of Lakers talk.
Luka with 43 points, dribbling left. Alley-oop to Hayes, slam dunk.
Things got heated last night versus the Clippers as Jackson Hayes picked up a fine, standing up for Luka.
Do you volunteer to pay Jackson's technical fine after that?
I got it. I told him right away, thanks for having my back. That says a lot about him. That says a lot about this team. So everybody got each other's back.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
More Lakers Talk with Andy Kamenetsky rolls on.
Rest in peace to one of the all-time reggae and I would even say world music legends, Jimmy Cliff, passed away earlier in the week. His voice you're hearing right now on the Harder They Come soundtrack, which he starred in the early 70s, like a super micro-budget movie that turned into a cult hit in America, I would argue he helped as much as Bob Marley. He did not become in stature equal to Bob Marley, but he helped as much as Bob Marley in introducing reggae to America. I think he was that important. Jimmy Cliff.
That movie's badass, too.
It's a great movie. Gangsta. Way ahead of its time.
It is.
The plot of the movie basically is Jimmy Cliff plays a struggling musician who only breaks out big after he is accused of a crime and is on the run as a criminal. We've seen this theme. We've seen this theme in music. So, again, Jimmy Cliff passing away. One of the greats. Reminder, we're going to be talking with Harrison Fagan from SB Nation, Silver Screen and Roll, in about 15 minutes. Also, for those keeping score at home, some cup details courtesy of the Twitter feed of the great Mike Trudell, who loves this era of the NBA imitating soccer. Quote, the Lakers lock up West Group B with this win tonight, referencing the win last night over the Clippers. They are 3-0. They would have the head-to-head edge on either the Clippers or Memphis, regardless of Friday's result for the Lakers against the Mavericks. The Lakers will advance to the quarterfinals. Just a matter of what seed, depending on point differential. Then he notes they are plus 36 right now, the Lakers, in point differential. OKC is, shock of all shocks, they may have the best point differential, plus 63 with 2 home games to go. But either way, the Lakers are advancing in the Cup, which they as a team seem to care about, as Jackson Hayes noted during, I believe it was Tuesday's shoot-around. Free money. Free money, man. And once you start getting up to $500,000 for basically playing one extra basketball game, you get these guys' attentions. Plus, in all honesty,
A lot of money right there.
it's a lot of money. And, I'm sure these guys spread it around to different people, equipment guys, maybe assistants, stuff like that. But also, too, LeBron actually could use an additional game as a tune-up. Like, normally we talk about the Cup game and like, I don't want LeBron playing 83 games, at his age, whatever. He actually could use the extra game.
Yeah, he was saying earlier this week in practice that, he was using it this week as a training camp, basically.
Right. And the rest of the guys are young enough that one extra game in the grand scheme of things should not make or break things. You worry about Marcus Smart's previous injury history, stuff like that. But the extra game, if they actually can get to the Cup finals, would probably be pretty good for LeBron as he keeps looking to get back in the swing of things. So they will advance regardless of what happens on Friday versus Dallas, a game that they should win. Before we get to Luka, take a quick call. Peter in Ontario. You're on Lakers Talk. What's up, Peter?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, wanted to chime in. I'm beginning to like this Luka and AR combo. I know their defense is not going to be the greatest, right? But I'm beginning to like them. I just think we need to add that one player, that 6'8", 6'9" defensive guy that we can insert into the lineup. What do you think? Like maybe the guy from the Pelicans. What's his
Jones.
name?
Herb Jones.
Herbert Jones.
Yep.
What would it take to get Herbert Jones, a first-round draft pick, maybe a DK from our team? What do you think?
Appreciate the call there, Peter. I would figure the first-round draft pick is a given, just because if the Pelicans actually put Herb Jones on the market, there's going to be a market for him.
And they need one, too, with that bad deal that they did in the offseason.
Derek Queen, I will say.
He's good.
I was going to say, to be fair to the Pelicans, as far as identifying a player that they wanted, Derek Queen seems to have been a very good target. It's the process that was
price
terrible.
too, yeah.
The process and the price. They're going to owe Atlanta what is likely going to be a very high first-round draft pick to put themselves in the position to be able to draft Derek Queen when they could have just drafted Derek Queen without necessarily moving up. It might have cost them fears, but the process in doing all of this was god-awful.
Joe
But
Dumars
needed a third phone. You needed to be using a third phone. But regardless, though, Queen looks good. But the price for Herb Jones would be high. What I think is tricky about this, though, I consider Herb Jones to be like a finishing piece type player. So if, say, you were going a first and Rui and whatever else is needed to balance salaries, for example, because Rui is the best player they have as expiring, Herb Jones fills a need that Rui doesn't, but I think they need Rui. Like the ideal move you would try to make, whether for Herb Jones or somebody else, would be adding a Herb Jones while keeping Rui. Like if you can make a move like that, then I would give up the first-round pick. I would give up whatever expirings. I would give up Dalton Connect. I like the potential of him, but I'd give up a Duthero. Like I would make those type of moves if you're talking about a legit 3-and-D or defensive wing, if nothing else, an established defensive wing that you can put alongside Luka and LeBron and Austin, in particular Luka and Austin, offsetting some of those defensive concerns. I would just like to try to do it without giving up Rui, because I do think you will miss Rui. And if anything, I don't think they're utilizing Rui enough. We're going to talk about that. But Luka, wanted to mention Luka's night, some of these numbers before we bring on Harrison Fagan in about 5 or 6 minutes. Just putting in perspective what Luka did against the Clippers. 43 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists. He had 24 points in the first quarter, 9 of 14 from the field, 5 threes, 3 assists. He finished the half with 32 points and 6 assists, just absolutely burying the Clippers from behind the arc. The Clippers inexplicably were just giving Luka these like step back threes without trying to even disrupt his rhythm. They were letting him basically walk into like semi-transition threes. Like
I think that was Ty Lue's like defensive strategy versus Luka.
Well,
like, just let him have let him have whatever he has, but stop everyone else.
Right.
But
well, if you're going to do that, you need to hold everybody else to like under 60% shooting. Like the strategy can't be let Luka get his, but also let everybody else get
It seems like Luka
theirs.
always goes off against the Clippers, so I'm just guessing.
He does.
Yes. So I'm just guessing just Ty Lue's defensive strategy.
Well, his highest career averages, like if you look at his splits, they are against the Clippers. He has a long-standing vendetta against the Clippers that goes back to the bubble. They eliminated the Mavericks. He also thinks they talk too much. He also does not like Derek Jones. Excuse me, Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn.
Of course.
Probably likes Derek Jones. Derek Jones was once his teammate.
That's right.
With the Mavs. So Chris Dunn, I'm mixing up my wing defenders on the Clippers. But he does not like Chris Dunn. That all culminated in the brouhaha. But then this 43-point night that Luka had, Lakers media relations sent out some numbers for us. It was his 7th 40-point regular season game with the Lakers. That moved him past Magic Johnson into 10th place on the all-time list for 40-point regular season games. It was also Luka's 41st regular season game as a Laker in total. He's done all this. He's now 10th on the all-time 40-point regular season Lakers list, despite playing only 41 games. He has scored, I did the math, 40 points or more in 17% of the games he's played for the Lakers. That's nearly a fifth of the games he's played for the Lakers.
Imagine he's here for like another 8 seasons with that pace.
Well, the Lakers, I can promise you, they are imagining exactly what that looks like. More numbers from the Lakers. This 40-point double-double, Luka Doncic has had 39 of those games in his career, passing Anthony Davis, irony alert, for 4th most among active players and tying Magic, again, for 6th most 40-point double-doubles as a Laker. And then finally, he tied Kobe and Shaq for the most 40-point double-doubles as a Laker before age 27 since the NBA-ABA merger. Like this Luka Magic is in overdrive. It has happened quickly. Talk about with Harrison Fagan, it feels maybe not at this level, but broadly speaking, it feels sustainable. And he looks, man, like he is having the time of his life with this team, and it is awesome to watch. Coming up next, we are going to talk with Harrison Fagan from Silver Screen and Roll, SB Nation. You all know his Lakers coverage. That's coming up. Lakers Talk, ESPN LA 710.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Friday night, the Lakers homestand continues as the Lakers welcome Luka's former squad, the Dallas Mavericks, to downtown LA.
To Luka for 3. Good. With 2 guys in his face.
It's Lakers versus Mavs. Coverage begins Friday night at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Officer, can I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 1st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing $1 that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed interest-free closer rate and APR is 5.875%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.875%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
More Lakers talk with Andy Kamenetsky rolls on.
With the Lakers' win last night, the Purple and Gold have secured a spot in the next round of the NBA Cup as they aim to raise the trophy and get a piece of the prize money.
I mean, obviously, I'll accept money. That's easy, but I think I never got past the group stage, so something new for me. I played it in Spain, something like this, so I like it.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today. And all new Lakers Talk is on right now.
Back to Andy Kamenetsky.
More Jimmy Cliff, Sitting in Limbo, one of his most famous, beautiful song again, Jimmy Cliff passing away earlier in the week. Bunchy was also a big fan of Jimmy Cliff. Did you ever see him?
No.
I saw him when I was in high school. It was actually awesome. It was a small club in St. Louis.
Do you remember this movie called Club Paradise?
Oh, yeah. Him and Robin Williams.
Yes. That's how I first saw Jimmy
I believe
Cliff.
Eugene Levy's in it.
Yes, Eugene Levy, Rick Moranis.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. A 80s comedy with Robin Williams and Jimmy Cliff in a medium-sized role working on that island.
Yes. I saw the movie as a kid, but then when you got older, you know the comedy now.
Yeah, exactly. It's Club Paradise. I was about to make another Club Paradise reference, and I realized there's like 3 people.
That's us.
There's like
you
3 people who know what the hell I'm talking about, and 2 of them are in this studio. I have no idea if Harrison Fagan is a fan of the movie Club Paradise with Robin Williams. I was about to say the late Jimmy Cliff, but also the late Robin Williams, Eugene Levy. But I do know that Harrison Fagan is a fan of covering the Lakers, covering the NBA. He does both with SB Nation and Silver Screen and Roll. You can follow him on Twitter, as I'm sure most of you are anyway. HM Fagan. What's up, Harrison?
Not much, Andy. Just I'm excited that you gave me an excuse to join you in not helping with Thanksgiving preparation. So I appreciate you. You know, you put this show on. Everybody else on your network is off. You put the show on just so that you wouldn't have to help your wife with Thanksgiving preparation.
Actually, she's not listening, but I just want to put the truth out there. I actually am typically a very big help in this. Not even because I'm such a great guy. I like to cook, so for me it's enjoyable. I, however, though, have not been able to help my wife with the preparation as much as I wanted the last few days because I'd been paneled in jury duty. I was ultimately not selected today. I got dismissed. But the last couple days, I've been sitting downtown in a courtroom, and in the meantime, stuff is piling up in Casa de Kamenetsky for Thanksgiving, and let's just say it's stressing out everyone there.
Well, except you. You're not there. You get to come in and do the radio show and hang out with me.
That is true. That is true. Well, tell your lovely wife I said hi, and I'm sorry. But anyway, the Lakers last night, they destroyed the Clippers 135-104. 118. What jumped out at you most from last night's game?
I mean, honestly, I know this is Lakers talk, but what jumped out at me most last night was that the national podcast that I had heard talking about the Clippers' transition defense, like they were witnessing like a worldwide tragedy or like something horrible had happened, were not an exaggeration. It is bad. It's like some of the worst transition defense I've ever seen, and I watched the 2022 Lakers almost every single game. I don't know if the Clippers just don't know you're allowed to run back, or if they have just decided, we're just not fast enough, so why even try? And they're just conserving energy. But that was the main takeaway from last night, honestly, was just the Lakers. It was like any long rebound. They just had a layup.
You mentioned Harrison. We're talking to Harrison Fagan, managing editor for SB Nation, also with Silver Screen and Roll. Follow him on Twitter at HMFagan. You mentioned that you've seen bad transition defense because you helped cover the 2022 Lakers. For those who don't immediately remember the year, that was Russell Westbrook's first year, and with the supporting cast of essentially the Expendables, all of the older, many of them former Lakers brought back in. Absolute disaster. I've seen a few people now compare these Clippers to those Lakers. That's not good for the Clippers. They look miserable out there, just like the 2022 Lakers.
Yeah, I was actually doing the Lakers Lounge earlier today with Anthony, and he's like, do you think the Clippers all hate each other? And I said, no, it appears as though they're completely indifferent to each other. Just like a coworker that they see, like they pass each other in the hallway, and they're like, hey, man, what's up? I hope things are well. Crazy weather we're having. And then they, that's about the level of team chemistry that the Clippers have, is like longtime cubicle coworkers that don't really know anything about each other. They don't seem like particularly bought in on anyone's success, even really their own. They're like, this is my job. I just show up. I get paid, whatever.
Yeah, it's brutal to, I wouldn't say it's brutal to watch in the sense that it's also kind of hilarious to watch, but it is brutal to watch in the sense that many of these people have been very good players over the course of their careers, and it's just a miserable slog. Luka, however, absolutely destroyed these dudes, as he often does with against the Clippers. His numbers so far with the Lakers are staggering. He's already had 7 40-point regular season games as a Laker. He's only played 41 regular season Laker games. How sustainable do you think what we're seeing from Luka is? Not necessarily the counting stats themselves, but just the overall impact that we are seeing from Luka and like a general level of play.
I have not seen anything from it that to me does not seem that sustainable. It's not even like he's not even shooting particularly well. Other than, I saw there was a stat going around the other day. It was one of the best guys in percentage at the rim, and it was Luka and a bunch of like run and dunk centers. And so he's shooting great, when he gets to the basket, and he's getting to the basket like fairly easily, it seems like. But I don't know. I'm not seeing anything from this where it's like, oh man, he's just hitting all his pull-up threes, and so. He's scoring 45 points now, but that's going to go down to, 28 or whatever once he's not hitting every single crazy shot he takes. And so honestly, it seems pretty sustainable right now, the level of production that he's been doing. Again, like you said, he's not going to keep up this rate of 40-point games probably. But, I don't know that this is too far off from where, the level of player that he's at right now in his career.
I did the math on it, by the way, Harrison. 17% of his regular season games as a Laker have been 40-plus points. Like that.
It was when you said that he already passed Anthony Davis that I was like, wow, that's actually kind of the crazier stat. Other than like beyond him he passed Magic last night for most 40-point games as a Laker.
He passed Magic for 40-point games on the all-time list for the Lakers, and passed AD specifically for 40-point double-doubles among all active NBA players. So just we all knew he was great anyway, but what he's been doing with the Lakers, especially this season, with that all the injury stuff in the rearview mirror, it's just amazing. LeBron, by his own admission, he's still working his way back into full shape. This is kind of like his quasi training camp, working through the baby lungs. What are the signs for you that you look for to say, oh, okay, LeBron's back? Like, or as back as anybody at age 41 can be?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be, he started to look a little better last night, which, again, I don't think it's like a coincidence given the team that he was going against. But he's already helped the Lakers transition a ton. His passing has been great. I think that they've done a good job of, it's just crazy that teams are now – they've decided their strategy is, we have to blitz Luka. We got to get the ball out of his hands at any cost. We are willing to concede a 4-on-3 to LeBron James. And it's just that doesn't – seem like a sustainable strategy for success, and it seems like something the Lakers are probably only going to get better at exploiting when it happens. And if they don't, Luka's shown us what's going to happen if you don't send two to the ball when he's in a pick and roll, and he's going to get things easily. So to me, the offense looks like on track to be phenomenal all year. I think it's it's the other end of the floor that I think they're going to have some things to figure out. Once Ayton gets back, and I'm not 100% sure on these starters, and this being sort of the long-term look that they're going to need to go with. But, as far as LeBron goes, he looks, like you said, as back as any 41-year-old, can look. And as we saw with the Clippers last night, you're a savvy veteran who looks good for your age until you're just old. And so, that can sneak up on you, but it appears that it has not happened to LeBron yet.
Well, it could also make it easier if they lighten the load on the guy to try to hold off as much of the, bleep, dude's now old moments as possible. And Luka playing the way he is, Austin playing the way he is, I think Rui and DeAndre Ayton, who Harrison Fagan, managing editor for SB Nation, regular contributor over at Silver Screen and Roll. Follow him on Twitter at HMFagan. It is my understanding that you are now a newly converted DeAndre Ayton acolyte. He's dominating your heart. What's turned you? What's turned you on DeAndre Ayton there, Harrison?
I have never done, I was telling you this earlier today, but I've never done a 180 on a player more quickly than DeAndre Ayton, where I was like, this guy's a loser. He is just everywhere he goes, he just seems to mope and whatever. And I am now a DeAndre Ayton apologist. The Suns, they told him do the little things and we'll pay you. And then they tried to not pay him. And then they, Portland, he was supposed to go and win with a coach that is under investigation for, potentially messing with the outcomes of games maybe. And it's it's not like he was being set up for success with great historic franchises like this one. And so, I know when Dwight Howard came, he put up the graphic that was all the great Lakers centers in history the first time. And then he was in the middle of it. And I think DeAndre Ayton is ready to take the next step into that pantheon. And it's just
Wait, hold on 1 second. Stop. When you say ready to take that next step, are you being serious? B, if you're not being serious, if not a full step into the pantheon, is he allowed to walk up to the outer ring of the pantheon and look in? How close to, because the Lakers center lineage, that is a real thing.
I am being partially tongue-in-cheek, but he's reached the level where, he's allowed to shake Kareem's hand when Kareem comes to a game. He's allowed to say hi. He can dap up Shaq when he's there. And, we'll see where it goes from here. But what really just, I'm not being serious about that level of talent. He is obviously a talented player, but what really endeared me to him is just how sort of open, honest, and candid he is in his post-game interviews, and how, the clip of Mike Trudell explaining the rules of the NBA Cup to a player who is playing an NBA Cup game is one of the funniest things to come out of this season. It's just all the guys seem to love him. They're rooting for him like you do with you've experienced this, you're near to a little brother, everybody's rooting for him, but it's he's not always doing the best.
No,
and so,
no, he's not.
Brian is this is the dominating of your family. You feel free to bring that to Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I've just enjoyed how all the guys react to him. He is just their sort of sensitive work friend that everybody just wants to have a good day and try to help him succeed. And JJ Redick's wearing the shirt with him and a lion on it for some reason, saying we want him to be a lion. And it's just they're trying Coach Carter motivational tactics on him. like he's like just like a high schooler or something that needs to get his grades up. And I don't know, I just love it. I love the combination of all of it.
Well, one of the things I think they have recognized about Ayton, and they are leaning into for the time being, because things are going well. If things aren't going well, I think it'll be a real interesting test to see how Ayton himself adjusts and reads the room. But it's very clear that DeAndre Ayton's got kind of an eccentric personality. And his post-game interviews are a stream of consciousness. Whatever is going through my head, I'm going to say it more or less unfiltered. There's a spaciness to this that, again, it's time and place. And, I don't know enough about how much that may or may not have affected things during different periods in Phoenix or Portland. But I would imagine, for example, during the finals run in Phoenix in 2021, especially when DeAndre Ayton was doing all of the big and small things asked of him, if he had a flighty side then, it was probably more fun. If he's flighty in Portland when everybody is miserable and there's no direction, it may seem less fun. But for the time being, because the Lakers are winning and he's doing what's been asked of him, and he's playing hard, he seems to be about more than just his points and, his next eventual contract. I think those eccentricities play well. But, we've seen with Dwight Howard, for example, his 3 different stops, the Dwight of it all has played very differently in all 3 stops because all 3 stops were very, very different contexts.
And that is true. And to be honest, that was sort of why I was down on his addition in the summer when the Lakers did it, because I'm like, LeBron and Luka are going to lose their minds with this guy. And it seems like they have embraced that there's going to be moments where they toss him a pass and he just drops it out of bounds. And, there's going to be times where he screws up, but they seem to have realized, and I don't know if this is this is me psychoanalyzing, but I don't know if this is LeBron sort of seeing the way that Chris Paul interacted with him, his close friend, and how quickly that went bad, and just realizing we got to be really nice to this guy. He needs to, we need to make him our best friend, and then he's going to play really hard for us if he believes that we're all bought in on him, instead of yelling at him like he's a 7-foot-tall Mario Chalmers every single time up and down the floor. Well, and I think that seems to be the optimal strategy, is just show him a lot of love, and he's going to sort of reflect that back at you.
Well, he also, too, to DeAndre's credit, and he's talked about this pretty openly during media day. My brother Brian asked him very directly about his reputation as somebody who is not a winning player, somebody that doesn't care about really anything other than points and I guess the rebounds that just make you an automatic double-double, and he's not into doing all the other stuff. And, fair, unfair, a little bit of both, whatever, he's said, he knows he's not seen as a winning player, and it bothers him. But the way he's talked about this stuff, he hasn't been defensive about it. He's treated it as a very, I know this is what's said. At this point, it is what it is. I can only change it through actions. And, we're only 17 games in, but so far he's doing everything that they, maybe not perfectly, but he's doing everything that they're asking of him.
Yeah, nobody's perfect, but he has done, like you said, exactly. They have asked him to try and defend the rim. They've asked him to play out of the short roll and to occasionally catch lobs or at least finish layups on those pick and roll plays and stuff like that. And he's done overall a really good job at it, and I think has clearly been a guy that's shown up and put in the work and is more aware seemingly of the scouting report than his reputation would suggest. And again, I did not think that DeAndre Ayton was going to be Lakers, energy floor type guy where he is raising that around. I sort of assumed, based on prior reputation, that he was going to be a guy where if the team didn't really have it that night, he wasn't necessarily going to go all out and sort of bust his ass, trying to get back on defense and do the little things and whatever. And really, I think I've seen the opposite.
Yeah.
There have been games where the Lakers are not playing well and he's still out there giving it his all and trying to make things happen. And so, I don't know. Again, he's what, 25, 26? He's still growing up. And, as Nico Harrison has found out in a much more sort of, public and loud way, sometimes 26-year-olds mature. and when they're really good at basketball, and they learn to develop winning habits, and maybe that is something that him and Luka have bonded over this season. It's like trying to sort of fix both of their reputations.
Yeah, and they definitely had a previous relationship heading into this. Luka helped recruit Ayton, and to your point, so far so good, and that's why he is dominating your heart. He is Harrison Fagan, Silver Screen and Roll managing editor for SB Nation. Follow him on Twitter at HMFagan. You can also regularly hear him over on the Lakers Lounge podcast with Anthony Irwin. As always, appreciate the time, brother. Happy Thanksgiving. Tell your wife I said happy Thanksgiving, and I'm sorry.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone else there, too.
There he is, Harrison Fagan. Where's the applause? Where's the applause sound? Come on, Parker, give him some applause sound. First, we don't get the hard out from the pre-tape show, and now Parker doesn't have the applause for Harrison Fagan. What the hell is going on here? All right, coming up next, though, we got some calls to get into the Deion. Maybe talk a little bit more about there we go. It's too late for Harrison, though. He'll never know. He'll never know about this. All right, maybe talk a little bit more about Ayton. Definitely want to talk about the way LeBron and Austin have been used over the course of games, and particularly the when and the how, that I think is very interesting and also may be very effective. That is all coming up. Lakers Talk. Andy Kamenetsky, 710 ESPN.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Friday night, the Lakers homestand continues as the Lakers welcome Luka's former squad, the Dallas Mavericks, to downtown L.A.
To Luka for three. Good. With two guys in his face.
It's Lakers versus Mavs. Coverage begins Friday night at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Parents, did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has the #1 spine program of its kind on the West Coast? In fact, 1 in 5 kids who need spine care come to the Autry Orthopedic Center at CHLA. Their specialists provide world-class care for spinal disorders, including scoliosis, helping young athletes get back in the game. So don't let scoliosis or spinal injuries throw your child a curveball. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Want savings that truly deliver championship value? Check out the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event at Kia of Carson, where Black Friday deals are happening all month long. We've got one of the largest Kia selections in America, all in one place. The deals on remaining 2025s are absolutely incredible. And right now, many come with special VIN-specific stickers for extra rebates on top of all other offers and dealer discounts. Thanks to that, you could drive with 0 down on approved credit. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Get to Kia of Carson today.
710 ESPN, the radio home of your LA Rams and the home of Mason and Ireland.
All right, so Puka, you are of Samoan, Hawaiian, and Portuguese descent, but your nickname, Puka, means fat and chubby in Samoan. And when I read that, I go, well, if we call you Puka, are we insulting you? But I guess it must be like your grandma gave it to you, right? You like being called Puka, correct?
Correct. It was given to me from my grandma. You're spot on. I know it's funny when it comes to direct translation. It probably doesn't seem like it's the most ideal thing to be called, but it's my superpower now.
Excellent.
The OGs of LA Sports Talk. Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
This is Lakers Talk with Andy Kamenetsky.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
Now back to Lakers Talk with Andy Kamenetsky.
Lakers Talk, Andy Kamenetsky, ESPN LA 710. Thanks again to Harrison Fagan from SB Nation and Silver Screen and Roll for dropping by. We're going to talk more about the way Austin Reeves and LeBron James have been increasingly used and utilized, both the when and the how and the why, that I think is very interesting. Want to also get into the starting lineup issues. Harrison alluded to them a bit. I've talked about them a lot, and I remain despite a 13-4 start, I remain very convinced that a change is necessary. But we're going to talk about all that. But first, take a couple calls. Solomon in Lake Balboa. You're on Lakers Talk. What's up, Solomon?
Hey, I'm good, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
You as well, man.
It's interesting you're talking about, making changes and there's going to be possible trades down the road. The player tell me I'm crazy, but the player I'm going to hate to see go will be Rui Hachimura.
I don't blame you.
I don't think the Lakers are not enough fans realize how important he is in that lineup. And the reason why is because when you need a money shot after your big three, he's always there. He's money. He's always, hitting that three, making that dunk. I think he's an important piece, but I hate to say it, he's probably going to be one of the first to go. What do you think?
I appreciate the call there, Solomon. The thing with Rui is really tricky, and everything I have ever seen, heard, observed, they like Rui a lot. Like, he is popular among teammates. He is popular within the building. I think he fits very well with Luka. Like, he is somebody that you could put as a core alongside Luka, and he makes sense. The problem that the Lakers have right now is there are some, there's some skill set imbalances and some skill sets that are missing, namely if not a 3-and-D wing, certainly a defensive wing. Like, they need somebody that they can put on some of the best.
Wouldn't the Lakers benefit more with putting Rui on a bench for Marcus Smart?
Well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
Is that a tease?
That is coming up in the second hour.
Ow.
I alluded to it a little bit earlier. The starting lineups, I still have some concerns. Concerns I've expressed before. That is one of the concerns I have expressed before. I remain concerned. But Marcus Smart in that starting lineup would address this in some ways. The problem the Lakers are going to have is Rui is the best and largest expiring contract that they have. He's also the best player among the expiring contracts they have. So the player that you would trade Rui for needs to be really good, because I think even if that player, like, for example, a Herb Jones, who a caller asked about earlier in the hour, you bring in Herb Jones, he addresses certain areas that Rui simply can't. Like, he can't do it. But they're going to miss some of the things that Rui does that Herb Jones can't do. So ideally, you look to bring in somebody on top of keeping Rui, but it could be potentially tricky to do. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. Mitch in New Jersey, you're on Lakers Talk. Dude, Mitch, what's up?
What's poppin'? Andy, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, Franchi, everybody out there.
Well. You as well, man.
I don't want to see the Lakers give a first-round pick. Only with somebody like a Ben Musselman. I don't know, does it seem like, in the end, be breaking up their team.
To give it up for who?
Ben Musselman.
Benedict Mathurin. Benedict Mathurin. Okay.
That's not happening?
Yeah.
How about DeMar DeRozan? He's an LA boy.
I hope that's not happening. That's a terrible idea. You do not give up a first-round pick for...
No, not a first-round pick. No. Other than Ben, I was thinking.
Right.
I know Herb Jones. Somebody brought up Herb Jones before. I know Zion. That's a sad situation he's got himself into. He'd be great. He needs new stuff, but I don't think he would do well either.
I appreciate the call there, Mitch. Yeah, I know Laker fans want to see that type of piece brought in, and I imagine the Lakers, if they're watching, Rob Pelinka and Mark Walter, if they're watching what's going on right now, seeing the team play like this, and the West being more open than I think we might have thought heading into this season. Like, the top of the West is still really strong, but there are fewer teams that I think are really threatened towards
it's
that
OKC
top.
and then everyone else.
Right, but even the everybody else.
It's like jumbled up with each other.
But it's smaller.
Yeah.
Because, like, the everybody else right now, I think, includes Denver, Houston, the Lakers, maybe Minnesota, and that's about it. Like, San Antonio could be there.
Yeah, the Victor injury kills them right now.
I was going to say, maybe if Wemby comes back reasonably quickly, everybody else stays healthy, they've got potential talent there. But for the time being, you have to get Wemby back on the court. Clippers clearly not happening. Mavericks, clearly not
No,
happening.
don't know. I'm still jury's still out on the Warriors right now.
My verdict's in.
Okay.
My verdict was in heading into this season. It
started off very hot.
They started out hot. They also weren't playing a lot of good teams.
Okay.
And I think collectively they are too old, and their best young player, Jonathan Kuminga, is someone that I think,
and he's still getting benched right now too.
Well, he's hurt. He's actually hurt for the moment, but he's been starting. But I don't think they believe in the fit with him. So that is a potential hindrance. The Pelicans never stay healthy. Like, Memphis is a mess right now. So there are 4 or 5 teams in the West that are really good, but I think heading into the season, we expected it to be more like 9 or 10. So that might convince the Lakers that with a smaller pool to try to work through, maybe you make a more aggressive move this season, hope for a few breaks, and we'll see what happens. I can't imagine they're not going to be looking around. Coming up, though, I want to talk about the way LeBron and Austin have been increasingly used as a tandem, when and how and what the logic may be. Talk about that coming up next. Lakers Talk. Andy Kamenetsky, 710 ESPN.
Morales here, and if you're in the market for a new ride, there's only one place to go. You know where it is, the Big Cat, Felix Chevrolet. You know the one right off the 110 in downtown LA with that classic black cat, Felix the Cat, smiling down on Figueroa. They've been serving Angelitos for over 100 years with unbeatable deals, an amazing selection, and service that treats you like family. A la familia. So whether it's a brand new Chevy or a certified pre-owned, make your next stop Felix Chevrolet. Head over to Felix Chevrolet, the Big Cat today. Ask for my guy, the GM Nicky D, and say, hey, I want to see that Big Cat.
Hey, Laker fans, are you juggling work and family, chasing big goals while keeping everything else on track? You're in Ander, and National University gets it. That's why they have flexible online courses, career-focused programs, and real support for busy students who do it all. Whether you're building a career, raising a family, or going after your next big win, NU helps you crush your end game and your end game. Make your move at nu.edu.
Everyone wants exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the Lakers, and this is your shot. Sign up for the Lakers email now to receive an insider's look into the team and get a weekly dose of everything Lakers. On top of all that, this is your opportunity to be the first to know about Lakers fan events and get the latest news straight from the team right when it hits. You won't miss a beat of the action by signing up now at Lakers.com/emails. That's Lakers.com/emails.
Hey LA, the Crosstown Classic is coming, and we are throwing a party, courtesy of icy cold, refreshing Coors Light and our friends at Verizon. Come join me, Chris Morales, and Greg Bergman for a pregame party at Tom's Watch Bar this Saturday, November 29th, starting at 12:30 p.m. Hang with the ESPN LA crew, score some great food and drink specials, and we're going to send someone straight to the game at the Coliseum, Jack. Don't miss out. The Crosstown Classic. Bragging rights for the city of LA starts at Tom's Watch Bar, courtesy of Coors Light, Verizon, and ESPN LA.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. This is Lakers Talk on 710 ESPN.
Last night at Crypto.com Arena, the Lake Show took down the Clippers for their 5th straight win.
And that's the final. Lakers 135, Clippers 118. And Michael, the Lakers just continue to roll.
Luka put on another show and seems to have fun versus the Clippers.
No, I think we just met a lot of times in the playoffs. They beat me the first 2 times, so I don't know what it is, but I guess I like it.
Luka dribbling left. One-on-one against Ivica Zubac. Three-pointer by Luka. Good again.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
And all new Lakers Talk is on right now.
Here's Andy Kamenetsky.
Lakers Talk, Andy Kamenetsky, ESPN LA 710 here for one more hour. Happy Thanksgiving in advance to everybody listening. Thank you all for being here throughout this season, throughout this time I've been hosting this show. It has been a lot of fun, and I am appropriately grateful for you all listening, watching, both. Either way, thank you very much. Last night, the Lakers 138-115 demolishing of the Los Angeles Clippers. We saw the explosion of Luka in the first quarter, in the first half, 24 points, 5 threes in the first quarter, finished the half with 32, 6 threes in all, I believe 6 assists as well. It really was the Luka show. And LeBron and Austin, during that first half and during the first quarter, they were not silent per se. In the first half, both of them had 9 points. Austin Reeves had 8 rebounds. LeBron had a steal, a block, a couple assists. He got to the line 5 times. But it really felt more like those guys supplementing Luka, almost like high-level role players, as opposed to looking more like part of a, air quotes, big three. Like, it really felt like the Luka show. But then in the second half of this game, and specifically the fourth quarter, but the second half, the Laker OGs, the 2 guys who have been around the longest, they got a big turn. LeBron had 16 points in the second half, plus 5 rebounds, 4 assists against just 1 turnover. Austin Reeves, 22 points in the second half, 18 in the fourth quarter alone. Second half, he had 7 trips to the line. He also had 3 steals. His fourth quarter usage number was actually higher than Luka's in the second half. Luka, by the way, his first half usage was almost 47. Like, that, honestly, that's not just effing insane. Like, that's almost dangerous. Like, I actually worry about Luka's safety with a usage that high. Like, that could honestly kill a man. It's so much work. But the second half, things were starting to even out more and starting to get dispersed more towards LeBron and Austin. LeBron's second half plus minus was also a positive 20 as opposed to a negative 2 in the first half. And we saw what I think is becoming a formula and a strategy and hopefully a major asset for the Lakers in terms of the way games are being approached. You begin with Luka looking to just hit teams with a barrage of points, barrage of shooting, barrage of production, and he's always been this way. Like, Luka's first quarter splits for his career, 12.5 points a game, 8 field goal attempts in the first quarter. That's his career, and it's the highest of any 4 quarters by a fair amount. And, like, this is in line with his patterns. I think he softens up defenses some, starts getting them really keyed on him, starts opening up different assist opportunities where he can set up teammates, stuff like that. I think there can be arguments about whether or not this approach allows guys like LeBron, Austin, certainly Rui, and other guys to get into the flow of a game early enough. Like, I think you can have a conversation about the effect on the other guys, but that's a discussion for another day. And either way, this is clearly what has been happening for Luka throughout his entire career. But in the meantime, we're starting to see now this setup where the fourth quarter, that is the LeBron and Austin show. Like, where Luka starts out fourth quarters sitting. And typically for most teams, when their star sits at the top of fourth quarter, that's often where stars sit. You see benches struggle not just to tread water with that star out, but actually not go underwater and drown. Like, that is often where teams really struggle. We've seen it in the LeBron era. Like, sometimes LeBron would sit for 90 seconds and everything would fall to bleep. The Nuggets have often struggled when Nikola Jokic doesn't play. Like, this is not uncommon for teams when their superstar is sitting. But there are not many teams that are equipped to put guys like LeBron and Austin with a bench unit to start a fourth quarter. Like, those are your second and third best players. Those are the guys that most teams around the league, their benches have to deal with. Most of them are not equipped to do that, Punchy. Like, that can become, obviously there could be, I think, drawbacks about whether or not guys get into the flow early enough. I think somebody like Rui, in the way this system's been set up, I think he's getting lost in the shuffle a lot. But there is something to be said about, okay, fourth quarter, when you're really looking to try to put the finishing touches on winning a game, hey, other team, your bench, you got to deal with not LeBron, not Austin, but LeBron and Austin. Have fun with that.
I know. You could see it last night, too, with Luka just taking over in the first quarter, and then, like, slowly, he's losing his hotness, I suppose, losing him being in his zone, but then LeBron takes over.
Again, his usage in the first half was 47.
Crazy.
Like, that should almost be illegal. Like, it's a safety.
It's like
hazard.
drinking 3 Jolt sodas in a row.
And then playing basketball.
Right. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Like, there is a lot on Luka, and, you know, his first quarter splits, to be fair, they have been throughout his career very, very heavy usage, heavy shots, heavy production, but it's typically been pretty efficient. It's not like he's, you know, averaging 12.5 points. I mentioned that, but on like 38% shooting or something. Like, he's doing it at an efficient clip. Again, there are potential pluses and minuses to it, but it does really feel like J.J. Redick is creating this substitution pattern, and in a lot of ways, too, I think solving the how do you make it work for all three guys by creating a moment in the game, and a moment in the game that matters, top of a fourth quarter, where Luka's sitting, these other two guys are going to have a ton of agency, a ton of control, Luka and Austin, and those two guys who've played with each other for years and have a lot of on-court chemistry. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I still would like to see a few tweaks to the rotation regardless, but it's going to be a problem for most teams, especially as LeBron starts to ramp up, and this game against the Clippers was by far the best he's looked since
he gets his adult lungs. No more baby lungs.
Here's the thing. You don't want him to be baby lungs, but given LeBron's age, you don't want him to be too adult either. Like, you don't want to necessarily be
a guy in his 20s.
Yeah, well,
teenage LeBron.
We'll even take 32. Like 34-year-old lungs, we would even take. It's like when the lungs start to match the actual age, that could be a problem. So we don't want baby lungs, but we don't want age-accurate lungs for LeBron either. So somewhere in the middle between baby and pushing 41, that's where we want LeBron's lungs to be. Coming up next, though, I want to talk about this starting lineup thing that we was alluded to with Harrison Fagan. We talked about it a little bit. Lakers are 13-4. Things are going very well. I still have concerns that the lineup and the rotation is creating an unnecessary issue for the team, in particular how they start games. Into that, also take your calls, 877-710-ESPN. If you're holding, I will get to you. Lakers Talk, Andy Kamenetsky, 710 ESPN.
You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement this sports season, because on Prize Picks, whether you're a football fan, a basketball fan, or a fan of both like me, it always feels good to be right. Been doing a ton of Prize Picks for football season, but with the start of basketball season, you don't think I'm going to be riding that Luka train night after night? Absolutely. And Prize Picks now's offering stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You want to pick more on Luka's points, threes, and assists? Now you can pick all of them in the same lineup only on PrizePicks. Plus, you can follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one pick. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new Feed tab on PrizePicks. Download the app today. Use the code TRAV to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code TRAV to get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Officer? Could I get your perspective as a man of the law?
You know I'm a mall cop, right?
You see this Hyundai Santa Fe? I only paid for it.
Whoa.
Right? I'm not in trouble, am I?
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end December 1st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Call Jacob.
And there it is, LA, the new number that's changing the game. 800-345-6789. From courtside to curbside, when accidents happen, it's 800-345-6789. Jacob's the one you call.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
More Lakers talk with Andy Kamenetsky rolls on.
With the Lakers' win last night, the Purple and Gold have secured a spot in the next round of the NBA Cup as they aim to raise the trophy and get a piece of the prize money.
I mean, obviously, I'll accept money. That's easy, but I never got it. I think I never got past the group stage, so something new for me. I played it in Spain, something like this, so I like it.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today. And all new Lakers Talk is on right now.
Back to Andy Kamenetsky.
Lakers Talk. Andy Kamenetsky, ESPN LA 710. We're going to get into this starting lineup rotation question. It's kind of perennial. It's one of the few sticking points I've really had with JJ Redick in terms of his approach to the season, a lot of his decisions. I think JJ has, in very short time, established himself as a good coach, a lot of potential. The majority of how he approaches blank, I've liked. This is one decision of JJ's that I can even understand, like in terms of I can see the rationale, but I don't like it. We'll get into it, but take a few calls first. JJ, Belmont Shores, you're on Lakers Talk. What's up, JJ?
Hey, how you doing, man? Thanks for taking my call. Andy, last year we talked about getting a big man that's strong and getting an agitator, and I was saying Steven Adams and someone like Patrick Beverly. Now we got Aiden, who's a cheap Steven Adams, so it was a good business move. But, hey, what about going out and getting Derek Brooks?
Oh, not Derek Brooks. That's the linebacker. You're talking about Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No. I appreciate the call.
Yeah,
there,
baby.
No, appreciate the call, man. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, it's funny, actually. Some of our Lakers Talk faithful may recall over the summer, I created a fake trade. I also talked about this on Locked On Lakers. Available 5 days a week everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday. Always free. And for the sickos who like to watch, there's a YouTube component. I had a 3-team fake trade that obviously now would not happen because there have been a few people that have since moved teams. But one part of the fake trade involved actually having Dylan Brooks go to the Lakers. It was a 3-team trade involving, who was it? It was Houston and the Nets. It would have involved the Lakers trading basically everybody that was not LeBron, Luka, or a long-term deal. But it would have been basically Austin goes out, Rui goes out, like half the supporting cast, but we would have brought in Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith, Nick Claxton. Those were like the 3 big names. Ultimately, it was not going to happen, especially because Dylan Brooks is now in Phoenix. But somebody like that, I know the whole Dylan the villain thing is something that a lot of Laker fans, maybe even LeBron, might have to wrap their heads around him being a Laker. But the truth is, man, he was good in Houston. He's been good in Phoenix. Like, I think he has, to some degree, grown up a bit.
And we also had another villain that the Lakers took in, Ron Artest.
Matt Barnes.
Come on, man.
Like, I mean, there's a tradition.
These guys did worse.
Right, exactly. There's a tradition of this. And I do think Dylan Brooks has grown up some. You know, I mean, he still is going to take some shots that you go like, what the hell, dude? And, you know, he's still going to occasionally do Dylan the villain things. But by and large, man, I think he actually has become kind of an underrated player. And I'm not surprised that he's doing well in Phoenix. Until Phoenix starts losing, though, they're definitely not going to trade
Phoenix
the
is surprisingly winning right now.
Yeah,
They're like average.
I'm not buying it because they've mostly played pretty lousy teams. The Lakers actually play them in like 3 or 4 games, so that'll be interesting. But the start that they're on now is likely going to prevent them from trading Dylan Brooks. Walrus in Encino, my dude, you're on Lakers Talk. What's up, Walrus?
What's up, AK? What's up, Funch? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. First off, I appreciate all the hypothetical trade talk, going on right now. But come on, man. There's no realistic trade, in my view, that I know of that could make the Lakers better in terms of breaking up the core, which is Luka, who obviously is not getting traded. LeBron has a no-trade clause, so let's forget about that. But Austin Reeves, obviously. There's no actual realistic trade involving Austin right now that makes the Lakers better, at least as far as I know. I'm open to hearing anyone could suggest. But you just mentioned something about the lineups, AK. And, last year, I think that was definitely the thing that, J.J. Redick revealed being a rookie coach, going through a bunch of different lineups. Injuries have a part to play, clearly. But look, man, this is a team, as far as I see it, that they're going to win on offense. A good offense is going to mitigate a subpar defense. So you obviously got Luka, you obviously got Austin, you obviously got Reeves. Rui Hachimura, for me, is the key man. That guy, if they can get him to be that reliable 4th scorer, and he absolutely can be that. Well,
they got to get him
in the mid-range.
This is my thing with Rui, and this is going to come up in the conversation that we're going to end up having regarding the starting lineup and Rui in the starting lineup, which I would flip. I guess cutting a bit to the chase, so the Lakers Talk regulars know what I'm going to say. I would flip him and Marcus Smart, and it's not a demotion of Rui, just so this is clear. I'm not demoting Rui. Rui's done nothing wrong. It's about a skill set, and a skill set that they need in the starting lineup defensively that Rui
sound like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, a very special set of skills that Marcus Smart has honed for his entire life, and Rui just – there are certain things defensively that Rui can't do. It's not that he won't do. It's not that he won't try. He can't do it. But, Walrus, to your original point, if they're going to keep Rui in the starting lineup and just broadly keep him on this team, they need to make a point of utilizing him more. Like, they really don't get him a ton of shots. He's exceptionally efficient for somebody that has to often shoot cold, but they really should use him more if they're going to bother having him on the team.
I could not agree with you more. This is a guy who they need to run some sets for him with some pick and pop. I think about Karl Malone when I think about Rui Hachimura. Is he Karl Malone? Of course he's not. But he is a knockdown mid-range jump shooter, man, as you are clearly pointing out. This is the thing for me between Rui and Marcus Smart. My friend Julian agrees with you. He thinks you got to have Marcus Smart in there. You got to have a guy who's going to bring it on defense in the starting lineup. Thing about Rui is that he actually is a pretty capable defender. There was a game last year in Denver, if I recall correctly, where he was holding his own against the best player in the world when it comes to Joker.
The problem isn't that I think Rui is a terrible defender. Like, I don't think he's a plus defender overall, but I think he's improved a lot. And in certain matchups, he can be good. The problem is they need another defensive wing or like a defensive guard. And Rui often ends up having to do that stuff. And it's not playing to any of his strengths. In a lot of ways, it's not fair to him. And there's a reason that the Lakers are losing first quarters. Like, even with Luka going off regularly, they are typically losing firsts. I think it's because they give up, and I appreciate the call there, Walrus. Happy Thanksgiving. It's because they give up as many points or more as they score. And coming up next, we break down some of these numbers and take a look. Like, I think Laker fans recognize that the team needs some help defensively and they need to get better in certain areas, and that defense is the most glaring weakness of this team. But the reason that I care about this starting lineup thing, it's not in the way that people often talk about it, where it's about who are your 5 best players or a hierarchy thing or an ego thing or anything like that. It's floor combinations and skill sets and what you are providing for the starters and for the bench. And I feel like there's a glaring sign that this needs to change. We'll talk about that coming up next. Lakers Talk, Andy Kamenetsky, 710 ESPN.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Friday night, the Lakers homestand continues as the Lakers welcome Luka's former squad, the Dallas Mavericks, to downtown L.A.
To Luka for 3. Good. With 2 guys in his face.
It's Lakers versus Mavs. Coverage begins Friday night at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Purple and gold fans, nothing beats the thrill of catching the Lake Show live. Every bounce, every bucket, every moment is amplified when you witness it with your own eyes. Snag your tickets now, even if it's last minute, at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Los Angeles Lakers. Find your seats this season at Lakers.com/ticket exchange. That's Lakers.com/ticket exchange. Hope to see you there. Let's go, Lake Show.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis, the show with the best dance moves on ESPN LA. Well, sort of.
You do know the Jabberwockies taught Trav how to two-step.
I saw it.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It didn't take. I tried hard. I tried hard.
You lost it.
I really tried hard. I really did.
That's what we were talking about with them. There's guys that can dance and guys like us, right?
Yeah,
It's frustrating. But when did you lose the beat?
I would lose it the second it starts.
Okay.
I never had it
You
to
never
begin
had
with.
the beat.
Nor will I ever.
Are you thinking too much? Do you start thinking that people are watching me and you just lose it for
I
a
was
second?
not particularly self-conscious in that moment.
Yeah?
Like, I really wasn't. I felt like I was in a safe space, that I wasn't going to be judged. I just can't do it.
You tried, though.
Dude,
you
I
are the
just
Sam Darnold of dancing.
There you go.
Right? You're good, and then you turn it over.
Yeah, there you go.
Sports, laughs, and 2 left feet. The Afternoon Show with DeMarco and Travis. Weekdays 3 to 6 on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube.
At rusnacars.com, 'tis the season to relax and save big on your next luxury car. Skip the doorbusters and shop thousands of luxury vehicles from the comfort of home, including over 100 special lease offers on brands like Genesis, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Porsche, Volvo, Land Rover, and BMW. It's all in one place and the savings starts now. RusNetCars.com. Your sleigh awaits.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
710 ESPN.
The radio home of the purple and gold and the home of Lakers talk.
Luka with 43 points dribbling left. Alley-oop to Hayes, slam dunk.
Things got heated last night versus the Clippers as Jackson Hayes picked up a fine, standing up for Luka.
Do you volunteer to pay Jackson's technical fine of that?
I got it. I told him right away, thanks for having my back. That says a lot about him. That says a lot about this team. So everybody got each other's back.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
More Lakers Talk with Andy Kamenetsky rolls on.
You're damn right Jackson Hayes is going to take up for Luka every single opportunity, not just because he knows Luka will pay the fines. He recognizes this dude, Luka, may keep me on the Lakers for the rest of my career. I will be that dude's meat shield, his bodyguard, every day of the week, if that's what it takes.
I'll get a technical for you, Andy.
Oh, without question.
Pay my fine.
He is going to... Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Parker, we will get technicals for you as well. Although you and Emily as roommates, you guys, I would assume, have each other's back, and you will pay technical fines for each other.
Oh yeah, no, I'll go to bat for M. Producer M, she's the GOAT, and I mean we there are moments where, you know, here in the station, us being roommates leaks into that. We'll be like, hey now.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. John just recently found out, John of Mason, Ireland, of course, and they put us on before the growl, and they were asking us like, do you guys watch TV shows together and blah blah blah, and we had to come to our own defense.
I can't wait, by the way, though, for John to keep repeating that you and Emily are roommates as first-time information for everybody else. And this will now become a story that John tells and retells and retells.
Just like I went to Corona Del Mar and I went to school with Reggie Miller and Mark Harmon.
Yes. Pepe, not the same story.
You and Emily are about to become that, so congratulations. We were talking before about the starting lineup, and the Lakers, they're 13-4. It has been a great start. They have, I think, exceeded the expectations of most people who cover the league, who cover the Lakers. Like, I thought they'd be good this year. I thought the general consensus was a little down on the Lakers, but even then, they have been better to start this season than I expected, especially when you take into account how many people that they've been missing. LeBron's only played 3 games. Luka's missed a handful of games. Austin Reeves has missed a handful of games. They didn't have DeAndre Ayton for a few games. Marcus Smart has missed a few games. Gabe Vincent has missed probably 3/4 of the season. So they have definitely been performing above expectations. The season is off to a great start. The next slate of opponents, Mavericks, Pelicans, the Suns, who, like I said before, I need to see them play some better teams on a regular basis before I buy into what's been a good start for them. But the Lakers could keep stacking wins. And on one hand, that is awesome. On the other hand, though, I have some concerns that the overall record is papering over and masking the issue of the starting lineup, which I remain very strongly in the camp needs to change, despite the fact that they're 13-4, despite the fact that Luka keeps going off in these first quarters. I think it's too unbalanced a lineup towards offense. Creates too many defensive issues in that starting lineup that cannot be fixed through just scheme or effort. It's a personnel thing. I think it also, the first five, creates a rotation where you have too few scorers that come off the bench. So it dictates the way you have to use your scorers, I think sometimes unnaturally, and lean on them too much over 48 minutes because there isn't a natural flow to this. But to put another point on this, Luka is averaging right now in first quarters 12.5 points on 47-37 splits. So 47% from the field, 37% from behind the arc, plus 3 rebounds and 3 assists. That is phenomenal work. That should be incredibly overwhelming for teams to contend with to start a game. Lakers are losing first quarters on a regular basis. If you look at their splits, it is by far their worst of the 4 quarters. It's the only of the 4 quarters where they have a negative net rating. They have a negative point differential. We are seeing Luka go into God mode, and the Lakers are still losing first quarters in very large part because they give up more points than they score. I realize that's how, obviously, you end up losing those quarters. But I'm saying it's predictable why. The why is predictable. And my concern is the success that they're having right now is masking over an issue that eventually is going to come and bite them. And the reasons that it's going to come and bite them, again, I think are pretty obvious. So you might as well just get ahead of this. Make a change in the starting lineup. I would flip-flop Rui and Marcus Smart. Start Marcus Smart. Marcus is the guy that you brought in very large part to handle those type of defensive assignments. You lose some shooting, but let's be honest. Rui doesn't get enough shots that his shooting, the threat of shooting, the spacing, becomes actual production. And even if you want to say that the threat of Rui helps open up the floor, you still need the shots. Like, you need the actual production. Plus, LeBron, Austin, and Luka, they have their own spacing anyway. You have 3 guys with incredible spatial gravity because whenever they have the ball, they will always be guarded. And you're not going to leave DeAndre Ayton alone because he's an established scorer. So I feel like the scoring and the spacing should be covered, particularly if you're only going to give Rui 4 threes a game. Like, if you're not going to really utilize him as a scorer, I think in part because he gets lost in the shuffle with Luka, LeBron, Austin, and Ayton, there really is there's no functional point to him being in that starting lineup. I think if he came off the bench, you would balance that starting lineup more in skill sets and actually give him more of an opportunity, more focal point moments coming off the bench because he would be far and away their best scorer.
And it seems like, the substitution pattern lately with LeBron goes out early, comes in late, so Rui would be with LeBron, and LeBron's it's a good passer.
Yeah.
Great passer.
They got more than
more
enough
chemistry.
They've got more than enough guys on this team who can get Rui the ball coming off the bench. I just feel like we're seeing the problems in the first quarter, which, again, are counterintuitive when you look at the way Luka's been playing and the way Luka has been owning these first quarters. Like, your defense has to be terrible if one guy is averaging 12.5 points himself in the first quarter, and you are typically not just losing these first quarters, but losing them by 3 or 4 points. It's by far the weakest of the 4 quarters for the Lakers. The second worst, though, is the third quarter, which, for those keeping score at home, the third quarter opens with the same lineup the first quarter opens with. Are y'all starting to see a pattern? Parker, Funchy? Because I know I am.
Something.
I'm seeing a pattern. I think
maybe
pattern
a weird coincidence, but not a pattern.
And also, the second and the fourth quarters are the ones that they're winning most, I think in part because you're starting to get more balance as you're bringing in guys like Smart and LaRavia and even Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes in their own rights. Like, you're bringing in more defensive balance. So even as you're losing some scoring, maybe even losing some spacing, you're winning the quarters. And I know some of that's going to be, skewed a bit by facing bench units, but I also think it actually reflects what's going on with the lineup. So it's the one downside to me of the Lakers being 13-4 and having all this success is I just have concerns that it's actually masking a problem. So
fool's gold, had they say. Fool's gold.
do you guys get a lot of post-game commentary on this?
I guess we do. We get Rui should be getting more shots. That's the one thing we get from the postgame is Rui should be getting more shots.
Here's what's crazy. And, I know this is a weird day to be bringing it up on the heels of a game where...
Look at you complaining.
I'm not even complaining. Again, they're doing great. It's been a great season. It's been a lot of fun.
13-4, bud.
Yeah, they're 13-4. They're doing great. But in terms of just, for me, I'm a big process guy.
Mm-hmm.
I care a lot about process. I think process matters a lot.
You enjoy Embiid.
I feel like the process right now, the process is problematic, and it's being masked over for a while. And again, a lot of this centers around Rui. And I feel like if you're going to keep Rui in that starting five, ostensibly because it's about scoring and spacing, then utilize the guy. Because right now it feels like he's just there to represent the threat of spacing, the threat of scoring. But they're not actually giving him the ball, despite the fact that he's by far the best three-point shooter on this team. Like, the irony of him being out there to space the floor and never actually getting shots.
Is it because he's not, a creator? Like, he doesn't create.
Sure. That's a piece of it. I mean, he is not as, I think, overall talented a scorer as LeBron, Luka, or Austin.
Yeah, off the dribble or anything, yeah.
But some of it is they don't give him the ball.
That
they don't look for him as... I mean, DeAndre Ayton can't do those things either. He gets more shots than Rui. And he has the same overall limitations as a scorer. There's certain things Rui can do off the dribble. He can let that flyby at the arc go by, take a couple dribbles in, hit that midi. There was a great play he had against the Clippers at the elbow. We did a windshield wiper move, went one direction, then went the other to put up the shot. He's a true 3-level scorer. So if you're going to have him in the starting lineup because you want your best 5 scoring options, your best 5 players, whatever, use the guy. Otherwise, I would rather move him to the bench because I think it's gonna balance things more. But I think you'll actually get more out of Rui.
And maybe, like you were saying, maybe this is a trade showcase too, sort of.
I feel like by now people know who Rui is. And Rui has been awesome.
Actually, he showed me a little bit more than last year with this shot.
He keeps getting better. I mean, the outside shooting, this is who he's been as a Laker. I mean, I know this year he's closer to 50% from behind the arc, but as a Laker, he's been averaging 41 or 42% from behind the arc. If anything, again, he doesn't get enough of them. But this has been consistent.
Yeah. I agree with you. He needs to come off the bench. And he'll get more shots.
He will get more shots.
He will get more shots. And then, he needs more shots.
Also, too, the added muscle, we've been on Skinny Luka watch.
Yeah.
But we were not, I think, in retrospect, on enough muscle watch for Jackson Hayes. That the extra muscle that he's put on has been huge, pun unintended, huge for him. It's affected his ability to rebound better. He doesn't get bodied as much in the lane when he's trying to protect it.
He's not also getting knocked down more, too.
Right, exactly.
He's not on the ground.
There's so many storylines with this team. And, Jackson's playoffs were such a disaster for him, and he ended up with the DNP CD heard around the world. Jackson's sneakily having a really good season. I think Jackson's actually been super solid off the bench.
There's a couple games where he was the player of the game, actually. Not in the stats, but just doing stuff, not in the box score.
No, he's been really good. He also, too, last night, if there has been one thing that the Lakers have consistently done that I think drive fans crazy, number one would be the defense. Number two would be some of the most what the F, man, lobs that I've ever seen from a team. And it's everybody who's been throwing them. Like, Luka and Austin have been the most guilty
I think
of it.
Austin's been doing those.
Austin has been a little too in his bag.
Like, what's going on? He's trying to throw it to, like, 2003 LeBron over here.
Dude, he tried to throw a lob for Luka. Like, I mean, he honestly, like, we were lucky that Luka was not injured. Like, Luka really, he landed awkwardly in a crowd.
He threw a lob for St. Vincent LeBron.
You know who last night threw arguably the two most responsible lobs we've seen all season? Jackson Hayes.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson Hayes was the adult in the room for this team with lobs. I did not see that coming, but facts is facts, man. Like, Jackson Hayes is the adult in the room that needs to sit down with Luka and Austin and everybody else on this team who thinks they have business throwing lobs and saying, okay, if you're going to do this, let's all talk about the responsible way to do it. Like, I thought we would never see worse lobs, and shout out to him because he's now part of the Spectrum Sportsnet coverage, and he's awesome. I love covering him. I did not think we would ever see worse lobs for the Lakers on a regular basis than Danny Green's one season with the Lakers. Because Danny Green, and again, he was great with the Lakers. He helped them win a championship. He was an awesome dude. I really enjoyed covering him. Danny Green threw some of the most inexplicable lobs I've ever seen for, like, a guard. For, like, somebody that they are a guard. There's somebody who has handled the ball as part of their job. His lobs were insanely off target. It has felt like everybody's kind of channeling their inner Danny Green. And everybody except Jackson Hayes needs to stop. He's the one responsible Laker. It's, I guess, LeBron, Luka, if he's really wired in, and Jackson Hayes. They're the guys that throw lobs. Coming up, as always, Crunch Time. Funchy's got the topics. Parker and I are going to weigh in. Parker in the place of DeAndre Hawkins, so that's coming up next. Lakers Talk, 710 ESPN.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Friday night, the Lakers homestand continues as the Lakers welcome Luka's former squad, the Dallas Mavericks, to downtown L.A.
To Luka for three. Good. With two guys in his face.
It's Lakers versus Mavs. Coverage begins Friday night at 5:30 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Black Friday starts now during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where we'll donate $325 for every new vehicle purchased or leased to the charity of your choice. Right now, you can drive home one of our most popular new vehicles with low financing rates. Plus, you'll get a complimentary gift when you purchase a new or used vehicle. Hurry in today because the Black Friday weekend is here at Ocean Subaru.
With approved credit, not all buyers of vehicles will qualify. $325 donation consists of $250 from Subaru and additional $75 from Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Type of gift at discretion dealer must not exceed $500. Offers are not combined and are not valid on previous purchases. See dealer for complete details. Expires 11/30/2025.
Decisions determine results. So which path do I want to take? Help people in need or stand on the sidelines watching? Worry about how to pay for school or have my education paid for? Push myself and learn new skills or stay the same? My decision is to serve part-time with the Army National Guard, and my results will be life-changing. What will you decide? Go to NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters.
All gas, all Lakers.
LeBron drives again down the middle. Slam dunk!
Gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal.
Every night, the purple and gold put on for Los Angeles.
The West Conference is super tough, super competitive, and that's great. I mean, we wouldn't want it any other way.
LeBron still leading the charge, chasing greatness, one highlight at a time.
Just an absolute thunder dunk by LeBron.
From the king to Luka, two superstars sharing the Showtime spotlight.
Obviously, we have some new pieces to the team. So like I say, I'm very excited, and I think we can do some big things.
On down to Austin Reeves and the next wave of stars in the purple and gold. It's the Lake Show all year long.
Now Austin Reeves for three. That's good!
Experience every dunk, every clutch shot, every Laker moment.
The Lakers play here on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app. It's crunch time on Lakers Talk.
When the clock is ticking and it's all coming down to the wire, you know what that means.
This is crunch time.
As always with Lakers Talk, we close out with a little crunch time. Funchy's got some topics, and Parker Bell in for DeAndre Hawkins. He is going to join me weighing in on these subjects. What you got for us, Funchy?
All right, guys. The Athletic had an article last week, with the biggest on-court NBA moments of the 21st century, since we're going to the year 2026. So, biggest NBA moments of the first 25 years of the 21st century. Number 10, Dame waves away OKC with that meme.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
As one of the most badass moments. Like, Dame Lillard never won a championship.
Yeah.
But that dude knew how to work in style.
Let me just quickly go over the top 10, and we'll just agree or disagree or whatever. Number 9, free throw disparity in the 0-2 Western Conference Finals with the Sacramento Kings.
I'm all in favor of it.
All right. Number 8, Kobe's final game.
That was pretty amazing.
Yes.
That was pretty amazing.
Number 7, LeBron's legacy game versus Boston, which, I don't know, I guess we probably have to do a little bit more homework on that.
What year?
I don't know.
It's probably the one where he stares, where you have the meme.
Yeah, I'm guessing that too. Yeah. Yes, where he dunked on Jalen Rose or Jalen Brown or whatever. Also, number 6, Curry goes crazy. Night. Is that what it is in France?
I mean,
French?
which night? There's been like a zillion night.
Yeah, well, whatever. When Curry went off against Team France in the gold medal game this past summer. Number 5, Draymond below the belt. So I'm guessing when Draymond went below the belt.
That was a history-altering nut kick. Like, really. I mean, like, history changed because Draymond got ejected during that finals versus LeBron.
Okay. Number 4, the Kawhi bounce.
Oh, against
the Kawhi,
Philly.
Yes,
Against Philly.
the Kawhi bounce that kind of changed the tide of, everything for the next couple years. Number 3, Ray Allen from the corner with the Miami Heat. Chris Bosh on the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that saved LeBron's legacy a little bit. Also, number 2, Kobe scores 81.
I was there. That was amazing.
Number 1, the block by LeBron in the finals.
That Chasetown block was sick.
Yeah.
Parker was probably like 6 years old or something.
Yeah. So, I sent you guys a list. What do you agree should be on here? What do you disagree shouldn't be on here?
Some of them, Parker, I feel like I need more specifics. Like Steph's night. I'm like, he's done that a zillion times.
It's a one night against Team France in a gold medal game when he did this.
Carmelo jumped up on the court and they gave each other high fives. Okay, one's debatable.
This is where my league-centric view of basketball kicks in. I don't care about Olympic stuff.
Yeah, you know what? I just feel like they needed a Steph moment on there. And I feel like
there's
there's
hard to find one.
Yeah.
So here's my argument. Okay, there is a Steph moment in this last what was the century, 21st century? It's the 2016 double bang from Breen when he hit it over OKC, because I think that was also league altering. I mean, they put him at 53-5, whatever their record, 55-3. They beat KD, who then left to go to them in that same summer. I think that the unanimous MVP season for Curry might deserve to be over the
Parker, to your point, that's a great call. B, I like it because it keeps it consistent with the NBA. Like, if you're only going to include one Olympic moment, first of all, it's got to be the Redeem team in 2008.
Right? Exactly.
That was,
exactly.
That was actually,
come on, man.
That was actually bigger and more consequential, but I think Parker hit it. They were looking to try to find Steph specific. Shouldn't be that hard to find moments for Steph Curry.
Not at all. Not at all. And I mean, even though I like the Dame, the Dame thing, I don't think I don't know if it's a top 10 moment of the 21st century, man.
It was pretty badass.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. Pretty good meme. It's probably a really good meme, but I don't know.
Actually, remember the dog pile when Dame was
just
I do.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
The dog pile moment was pretty bad. Dame gave great memes.
I mean,
I use those gifts to this day. I mean, I know I'm here representing the youth. I think those two, the Kawhi bounce and the Damian Lillard shot, for sure belong on there just for the memes alone.
and I hate to say, to give low light on the league or whatever, but I mean the Malice in the Palace. Come on, man. Come on, that needs to be number 2. It needs to be on the top 10, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they might not want that one on the list.
I know they don't, but I mean, come on, it's a significant thing that happened in the 21st century.
Significant.
Okay. This might come as a surprise because I was only 4. the Kobe to Shaq, I think over the Blazers deserves to be on this list.
Me too.
Kicked off the dynasty essentially.
That was I mean, because if they end up losing to the Blazers, I'm not saying the whole thing falls apart because they were good enough to three-peat, but the psychology changes dramatically.
Yeah.
Who knows if maybe that makes the front office decide the Kobe Shaq thing
wasn't working. Yeah,
is not working. They have so much conflict as it is. We brought in Phil Jackson.
Mhm.
He still managed to collapse. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was I remember where I was when that game happened for me.
Okay.
I don't, but I've watched it plenty of times. I remember where I was for most of these. Though.
Parker's I remember the first time where I was when I saw the YouTube clips of it.
Also, the block by James, it's oftentimes it overshadows the actual go-ahead game winner by Kyrie, like 50 seconds left in that game. So
yeah.
There's that, too.
True.
All right, just quickly. Washington and the Wizards, they won last night. Yay. All right, guys.
Shocker.
So I believe they won their second game last night. OKC won again last night. Currently, the Wizards are on a current pace to finish the season 5-77. The Thunder are on a current pace to finish the season 77-5. Which one do you want to see?
Okay.
Which do you want to see people win and people lose?
Here's what I would say. If you're looking for just dark comedy, like comedy of errors, it would be the Wizards setting the new record. The problem is, though, none of us are actually going to see it. We're not actually
We're going to see the box score.
We're going to see a box score.
We're going to see the highlights
but
on
we're not
the
gonna
low
actually
lights.
See any of the losing because the Wizards are never on TV. And
Mind you, the Pacers are 2-16 also.
You don't think ESPN would cover it, if they were going,
No.
Did you ever see one game of the 2012 Bobcats?
Adam
Who,
Morrison,
I think,
man.
won 5 games.
Of course, Adam Morrison, Emeka Okafor, Sean May.
No, Morrison, by that point, he had been a
that's
Laker.
right. That's right.
To Parker's point, you don't remember anything that happened.
I don't. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, was it there?
I don't think he was there just yet.
MKG.
Okay, I don't. I'm sorry. You got me there.
I think the Thunder, 77 wins would be amazing. B, we'll actually see it. We'll actually witness it happening. Maybe not every game, but you're going to see more Thunder. The Wizards could lose 77 games, and we'll probably, between the three of us, see a combined 15 minutes of it.
Why, you don't know about Bub Carrington and Alex Sarr? Come on, man.
Some decent young talent, but
what's wrong with you people? They're good players.
Watch quickly. The 18-1 Thunder just beat the Timberwolves, and I think they shot 26% from three. And J-Dub's not even there. Wiggins isn't there. They might do it.
It's the Thunder and these people right
They
here.
might do it.
It really is. It's a Thunder world, and the rest of us are living in it. Thanks again to Harrison Fagan from SB Nation, Silver Screen and Roll. Thanks to everybody who listened tonight, who watched tonight, who calls in. Thank you to Funchy. Thank you to Parker, very admirably sitting in tonight for DeAndre Hawkins. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Have a happy, safe holiday, and we will see you all next week, 710 ESPN.
The Late Show lives here.
Three-pointer by Reeves. It's good! Austin Reeves with a dagger!
We added some pieces that we really needed, and we have really high hopes.